It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Backchannel, the only place to listen to, watch, and chat live with hosts right here on your Echo device. And you are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning.
There you go. You're here. You okay? Doing all
good
right?
morning. Well, your old lady missed the bus. We have a green room where we're supposed to click on a link before we get out of the green room, and she went to go click, but she was too late. She's too late. She's too late to click on the link.
She did tell us her coffee recipe, so there it was multitasking. It's fine. It happens. You're here. It's all that matters. And look, we've already got Stacy saying good morning to us already. Good morning, Stacy. Hello. So good to have you here. Oh wow, look at this. We've got a great Get On Up bunch. We're so glad to have you here. They did not miss the bus. They're all here. They made it. They made it.
They're all here. They're all here.
Look, we've got good morning to Amanda from Vermont, Deborah McIntosh from California, Verona from New Hampshire, Sunny from Indiana, Bella from North Virginia, Sawyer from Texas, Doug, good old Doug. Doug was hanging out with us yesterday as well, and Stacy was here as well. Nathan and sometimes C from Texas, Jennifer Lopez, our resident Jenny from the block from New York, and Cole from South Carolina. Look who we've got. Isn't that nice?
Such a good team. So thrilled to see each and every one of you. Happy Thursday to us all. To us all. The way you got here is you said to your device, open Backchannel. That's how it happened. To your Echo, to your Amazon gift. Maybe Alexa and Stacy would love to tell us. Oh, sure. Nope, that makes sense, Stacy. So here's how Stacy talked to us. She said to her device, say, hey, Renee, here's my story about a bus. And you could do the exact same thing. We would love to hear from you. Just say, Renee, you got to be faster to click on that link. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I'll also say, have you ever missed the bus before? Throwback Thursday, have you ever missed the bus before growing up or even as an adult? And have you ever had to run for a bus before? I once, as an adult, ran for a bus, fell, and broke my phone. Fell. Like a child falls, when children fall and it's just everything all over. Adults don't usually fall like that.
Sure.
And I broke my phone, and it was Friday the 13th. So
of course, yeah, you did. And then curse. Were you okay? Do we get any skinned knees? Any skinned hands? Were you sore for days?
Fine. But
Okay.
and my mom used to make me late for the bus quite often, which I'm sure she appreciates me telling the Get On Up kids.
So how does that?
I was late.
How does that work?
Yes, because I went to school not in my local school district, so my mom would have to drive me to the bus stop, and sometimes.
Got it.
And then the elementary school I went to was on an Air Force base, and so the bus was my ticket onto the Air Force base, and so my mom would chase the bus down with the car and try to get them to pull over. It was Fast and the Furious, and my mom is and sometimes they would stop and then they wouldn't.
I can only imagine. And then would you say that because of that, your tolerance for people who are late as an adult is a little lessened? I've got my quota for being late in life, and no more.
No, it depends what it is, lateness. Yeah. It is a great question. It depends what it is. I oftentimes, honestly, for social engagements, will oftentimes be running late. Sure. Social things, I don't care. It's more so for show times and work. Oh, yeah.
Sure. You got to be on time. You just got to be on time. You get on there.
I'm a Beyonce. We already know it, Speaking of, maybe it's because it's Black History Month. We have not played Rank It this entire month. And there's no time.
We got to squeeze that in next week.
Next week.
Next week.
We got a great conversation going in. Stacey, sorry to hear the last time you ran for a bus, you got hit by the bus driver. I don't like that story.
It's not great.
Give us the name and address of this bus driver. Renee and I are rolling up our sleeves as we speak to give them a stern talking to you, because no one messes with our dear Stacey from Texas.
Certainly not.
And then for Doug, there was one time the bus forgot to pick him up from school. No.
Buses.
No.
Well, I got to tell you that between that and the bus driver who messed with Rosa Parks, I don't want to generalize, and I want to put all bus drivers on blast, but 3 specifically need to get it together.
Well, then when they say, when there's one bad apple ruins the bunch.
True. That's true.
So it could be. I do wonder. I think it is somewhat of a thankless job. You had those bus drivers every once in a while that were like just joys and treats, but there's a lot of them. I don't know. They're not. I don't know. My uncle was a bus driver, and he was such a wonderful human being that those kids got like the golden apple with him.
Sure.
But can't all get Woody. Can't all get him.
I get it. I understand. Jam, I am so excited for today's show. We have so many good things coming. Should we tell our sweet Get On Uppers what they have gotten themselves into?
What's
I would love
happening today?
Nothing more. So you guys, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, and we love our alliteration. So we will be celebrating Thirsty Thursday. Telling you what we're thirsting for, what we're looking forward to, all the things that come around there. Also, your favorite segment and mine, Celebrity Birthday Quiz. Whose birthday is it today? Get On Uppers, is it yours? Is it your birthday? That is something that I am anxiously awaiting, is when it is one of our Get On Uppers' birthday. We are going to lose our mind. The serenade that you will be receiving, I can't begin to tell you. Then, of course, we've got an accidental thirst trap that will be coming along. I would say everyone's least favorite segment of the week, wherein Renee says, here's what I love on the internet. And you all very patiently go along with it. And we love it. Jam, everyone tell them what else they're getting into.
I'd fight you on that one. Don't you try to just skirt past it. It's my favorite segment of the week. I can't wait. I get an insight into what's Renee doing when she's not doing the show.
Yeah.
And it's very informative. I'm here for it. So it's also Thriving Thursday because the alliteration train keeps on going. Choo choo. And we're going to take a look at the news stories that are just thriving. So we're going to have some feel-good stories. And today's Black History Moment is in our Throwback Thursday section. We're going to do a deep dive on Andromeda. And you might be thinking, Andromeda, ain't that white Greek lady? No! Myth busting as well, because Andromeda was black. Stay tuned. More on that. And then we're going to play a little game, this or that. We're going to give you scenarios, and you've got an option. Would you do this or would you do that? We're curious to see what y'all think. And then we will be doing Thankful Thursday at the very end, just doing some gratitude today. What are we thankful for this week so far? As we're closing it out, we're making it so far. We're going to make it after all. Throw hat in the air. Freeze frame. I'm Mary Tyler Moore.
We love it. We love it. We couldn't love it more. That is a new thing that I am, we're constantly working with our Get On Up process. And in between my snoozes, I'm trying to stay awake with my eyes closed and just list all the things I'm grateful for. It's kind of working. It's sort of working.
That, Renee.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that, as we, tip, give us a tip Thursday. Speaking of, Renee, I have to thank you because you've helped me fall asleep this entire past week.
Tell me more.
No, it's like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, it's not going to be as funny as you think.
Okay.
Renee gave us a very practical tip last week about a breathing technique. You inhale for 4, hold for 7 or 8, and then release. And then it's demonstrated by Renee just now.
We need it. You got to see it because maybe people are like, well, all right, but I'd like a tutorial on how to breathe, if you could, please.
Yeah, so just as Renee did demonstrate here, but in not only does it help you to relax and calm down, but it also, Renee's like, it'll also help you fall asleep. And it has absolutely worked. It has been the quickest thing to help me fall asleep. So I highly recommend it. You inhale for 4, hold for, I don't know, 7 or 8. It doesn't really matter because I clearly have not been.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really
just
matter.
Just longer than you inhaled for, I think, is probably the key. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been very helpful. So thank you, Renee. Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear it. That is wonderful. I don't do great at remembering, we're doing a breathing technique. So I'll start it. I'll nail the first round. First round, knock it out of the park. And then around round 2, I'm just like, I wonder what Spider-Man is doing now.
See, now you gotta stick with the breathing because that's your brain. That thing with focusing on your breath.
No, I know.
Helps you to stay out of. Okay, you already know, but helps you to stay out of your head, and then you're not thinking about Spider-Man. All right, so it's Thirsty Thursday. What are we thirsty for? I have one. It's a new web series that could end up becoming an actual series, and similar to the genesis of Insecure was originally a web series called The Adventures of Awkward Black Girl. I used to watch it on
Yes.
YouTube, and then it became
Mhm.
a series. It became a series. This is kind of on that same train, and I think we have an image. The show is called "This Could Have Been an Email." It's a
Ah,
I'm so thirsty for this. It's called "This Could Have Been an Email." And it is starring Evelyn Nagugi. And I
okay.
think we have a photo of her, Sarah. Evelyn Nagugi and Halis Navarez. And they finally dropped the series for their web series. This could have been an email. And the series follows two young Black women working as HR secretaries tasked with organizing a diversity, equity, inclusion initiative for the office. Can I tell you this hits so close to
What?
home? Because do you know what your boy's day job
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
I work in HR and I manage our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts for
Come
the
on.
office.
Come
So,
on. I'm
yep.
excited for it, and I'm equally enraged that you were not only not consulted, but not starring in such a thing. That's my only beef with it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing, but what are you doing? He's right in front of you guys. He's right here. Jam's right here. Put him in the show. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited. So we have that to look forward to. That's what I am. That's one of the things I'm thirsty for. And yeah, Sarah, are we able to put the image of I just like are we able to? Do we have
Maybe.
image?
Maybe
No,
image,
maybe.
image, possibly,
Okay.
possibly,
All
maybe.
right.
All right.
Cool.
Well, now
All right.
listen, baby. Well, now it's my turn. Now I would also. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I think it might be coming. I might be coming. I also have an image
Just
for mine. We
keep
just got images for
images,
days.
images, images,
Images for
images.
days. To go back to yours, is that currently out, or there's a
The
release date for
trailer
it?
just dropped just now, and I
Same.
don't know that I have a release date, but the trailer just
Okay.
dropped,
But
and
the
they're going to be
trailer's
doing
out.
an Indiegogo campaign. So if you like what you
Okay.
see, you can get on in it. Yep.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, I also have something. It does not have a release date, but the statement of what it is oh so exciting. Okay, so Yara Shahidi, who is a savant
Mhm,
from Blackish, just
mhm.
continues to make all these incredible things. She's now making us. Okay, so I think that's yours, right, Jam?
That's Yara. No,
Yeah.
that's you. That's
Yes. Yes.
Yara.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I
Do you know what
was
she
looking I
looks
was
like?
looking at the article. Sorry about that. So, Yara is coming up with this amazing show called Sitting in Bars with Cake. Jam?
Oh.
Jam? May I tell you about it? Based on a
Yes.
true story, Sitting in Bars with Cake follows a quiet young woman who is unlucky in love and discovers an unlikely guy magnet when she bakes a cake for her best friend's birthday and brings it to a bar, only to be swarmed by men. The premise of this. Brilliant. We love it. We
Renee,
love
did
it.
you wish
Mm,
the
mm, mm,
series
mm.
into
I think I did.
existence?
I
I
think
feel
I did.
like are you
I think
is
I did.
Yara your best friend and you were telling her about your
Yeah.
dream
Yeah.
life and she was
I
like,
know.
"That's a great idea for a
Great.
show."
Then I'm happy to make it for you, Renee. Absolutely no problem. I know. A gift, a gift, a gift, a gift. So
Oh,
I cannot wait for
wow.
that. It doesn't have a release date. They just got started. The script is being adapted by the true story, but I can't wait. Gonna be my new favorite show. Can't wait.
Oh my gosh, we love it. That's so great. Well, I love big fan of hers. And it's her birthday, so we're gonna be seeing some trivia about her coming up really
Oh, that's why
soon.
I didn't understand because I sent in a picture of the article. Okay, I
Uh-huh.
get it. I
Uh-huh.
understand. Okay,
Oh,
all right. It was
okay.
just a different
Yeah.
picture. That's all.
Just a
I get
different picture, like, "Who's she?" I'm like, "This is the woman you're talking about."
it. I love it.
Alright,
Do you
we're
have
gonna
another
get
thing you're thirsty for?
oh my god, I'm so
Let's hear it.
thirsty, like, until you tell me to move on from this section, I will keep drooling all over
I
you.
love it. I
So,
love
I'm
it.
incredibly excited because, Anthony Ramos, I think we have a photo of him. Anthony
No, you're
Ramos
kidding. I'm doing this story.
well, what's your story?
I think it's the same, but keep going. I just wanted to
Okay,
give
no,
you a
no, no, no.
gift. I wanted to
Okay,
surprise you.
surprise me then. Okay.
No, it's your story. I just wanted to
No, no, no,
surprise
no.
you.
No, do it because I want you to give me the gift. Give me
Is
the
it
gift.
wait,
Tell
hold
me,
on. Is
tell
it
me.
something that rhymes with Ryan's dart
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all
Tell
right,
me,
go ahead.
Renee.
Okay.
Tell the audience. No, you tell me. No, you
Okay.
tell. You
You
tell me.
tell me.
You
You
tell
tell me. You tell. I'll do the first half, and then you can do the second half because I will not be able to deliver on the story
why this is so
regarding.
exciting. Sure.
Right.
Yes, you go
Exactly.
for it.
So I just say Anthony Ramos was Philip in Hamilton and
Mhm,
Usnavi in The Heights.
mhm.
So absolutely my favorite person ever, and has now gotten himself into a Marvel movie. And so I wanted to tell James about it, but now I am out of my league and I cannot tell you about Marvel things. So please continue with what
No, but
exactly he's
I
doing.
keep going. You're doing great. You're already there. Anthony Ramos. He's gonna be, and actually, I'll just one minor
Please.
correction.
Cool.
A Disney Plus TV series.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a Disney Plus TV series. And what do you know the name of the show?
Ironheart? Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And we actually have a photo of, so he's gonna be an Ironheart. We're not sure what the role is, Disney Plus series, but I actually have a picture of the who Ironheart is, and I'll tell you all about her. Sarah,
Tell
are
us
we
something.
able to? I know you're doing the best you can, having some tech issues behind the scenes, but Sarah, if you are able to put up the picture of Ironheart Riri Williams, that would be so fabulous. I want people to be able to see her and her all of her amazingness. So essentially, Riri Williams is the new Iron Man, essentially. So she's Ironheart. She's the young black girl. She's 16 years old, and Tony Stark is her main hero. And so she
Best.
made her own technological equipment. She's just a young genius. She makes her own impressive suit, and she actually got kicked off in 2016. Huge sort of fan base. She actually, in the comics, she's 15 years old and goes to MIT, and that's when Tony Stark notices her. Tony Stark
Amazing.
is, of course, dead in the MCU. Spoiler
Sure.
alert.
Okay.
But it's just really exciting that we're getting this young black girl superhero. So it doesn't look like we're able to put the photo up, but if you get a chance, go ahead and Google the actress who will be playing her. It's really exciting stuff.
Incredible. I'm so excited.
Dominic Thorne is the
Yeah.
name of the actress who will be playing her.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to consider this a teaching moment. So what happens now is anytime anything affiliated with Marvel comes across my eyeballs, I go, James, my jam. And I get so excited. And including but not limited to, there's going to be another thing that I was just like, Jam will want to hear about that. But then just now it's just like, yeah, he'll want to. And that's great that you think of him. But who do you think will be better to tell that story, Renee?
No,
Who of the two, who do you think would be, well, because it would be equivalent to you coming up with a dog story. And I'd be like,
well,
wow.
move
Wow.
over. But I do the same thing. There was something cute that I found the other day, and I was like, oh, I want to tell Renee all about this. This is cute. This is cute. This
I
is
love it.
cute.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. But that said, I think I'm going to establish a rule here and now. When I see something in Marvel, I'm going to text my very best friend, Jam, Jam, Jam. And I'm going to say, this is very exciting. Please tell me more because I don't understand.
I think you should keep doing. I have no notes, Renee. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it's fun for you just to come on and be like, here's something, and then I can help.
And then
We'll
you
do
can
a
explain to
teamwork
me.
thing.
I love
Bring
it.
it. I love it. No
Couldn't
notes.
love
No
it more.
notes. So
Couldn't
great.
love it more.
Are you still up? There she is. There's Riri Williams.
There
Look
we
at
go.
that.
We got
There's
her.
her little
We
Ironheart
got her.
suit, and that's Dominic Thorne who's going to be playing her. So really
I
exciting.
love it. I could not love it more. Delightful.
Love it.
Okay.
Are you
Well,
still
now,
thirsty?
I mean, I am still. Boy, did I shoehorn this in. We're on such a high note that I don't want to say this, but it's a weird thirst.
Okay.
Our sweet Bob Saget left us, and all of us, I think, were just like, wait, what happened? How? And so the autopsy came back. So at least we have answers. And it is the sweetest, most innocent. No, he bonked his head and went to bed.
No.
And that's
my
it.
gosh.
The autopsy said head trauma.
That is
I know.
heartbreaking.
I know.
Why are we thirsty for this? Thirsty for answers?
Because I think so often our beloved stars, often in wholesome shows that we are beloved to, will find out that
drug overdose.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll be like, oh God, they were suffering. We had no idea. And it is a compounding heartbreak because you're like, God, they were dealing with such demons. But with Bob Saget, I think we can authentically and genuinely love He bonked his head and went to bed. Sad, and we hate it, but at least he wasn't unhappy.
Oh my gosh,
Probably died in
we
his
don't
sleep
like
with a
that.
little bit of a headache. Great.
Renee, are we
Yes.
able to switch gears here? We're gonna jump the schedule and go to your thirst traps. Can we jump ahead here? I give
Would
you
you?
full center stage.
Yes.
And all
I
right.
would love nothing
I
more.
can't wait. Here we go.
Love it.
Accidental thirst traps with Renee.
Accidental thirst traps. Pew, 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 pew. All right, my sweet, sweet get on uppers. Let's see. Okay, I love this. Stacey, you're looking forward to watching baby things today? You got some chores to do? Fantastic. So you guys, accidental thirst traps is, I think we all know when you're watching TV or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, you're feeling inclined to be like, well, my goodness, what a sexy thing. I don't participate in those. I just like talent. I like people being kind to each other. So these are called accidental thirst traps, where when I will tell you the things I'm like, oh, I love watching that because I am a grandma. I'm a nana. So the very first one that I have for you is an Instagram account called Grand Baby Cakes. You guys seen this? It is absolutely adorable. It is this incredible baker of all kinds of things, who bakes with her kiddo. I lose my mind. The kid is so cute. So we're not only making delicious treats for me, but we're also coming up with some really, really sweet ways to handle kids and like teach them how to measure. It is, you could watch it for days. It's just so sweet. And the only thing that I am like, is that the kid is a better baker than I am. She's 4.
I see.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a 4-year-old kid baking these sweet, delicious cakes
with their mom.
Do we have? I'm not saying I don't. The mom's helping. I mean, the mom doing most work. Probably.
Yeah. So the mom. So the account is for the mom, but she often bakes with her kid, and it's just so sweet. And she's so good at measuring. Her dexterity is. I don't know. I was just like, how is she doing that? I can't pour orange juice without spilling it all over the place. And this kid's nailing it. It's amazing. Just incredible.
Renee. Oh
just
my gosh.
Incredible.
This is great. See, again, that's why we love this. I again am looking at actual thirst traps on the internet, and you're doing like the real stuff. So yes,
just
like
looking at
I love it.
The sweetie pie stuff.
Stacey would do it with her aunt.
Oh, come on. See? Yeah, I'm telling you, baking with family is adorable. We never went great in our family just because I'm flighty and it's frustrating. But this is really cute. It's really cute and it's really sweet. So I love that one. This one, Jam, I was nervous. I love this one, but I'm nervous to put it up just based off our Cirque du Soleil one from last week because it is in the Thirst du Soleil realm.
Okay. Is there clowns?
There's no clowns. There's no clowns. And actually, where do you stand with Bindi? Does the bendiness bother you?
I don't like bendy.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay. Well, I
don't like bones. I don't like bendy things.
Yeah.
I can't. This is why I can't go to the Cirque du Soleil.
Can't do it.
They're gonna be bending all over the place.
I'm not.
I don't like Beckham.
Nope.
Because bend it like Beckham because bending it as well.
Absolutely
I don't like Gumby because he bends, and that's actually true. I don't like Gumby. I don't like claymation. There's a lot of things I don't like.
I don't really love Gumby either. It's not. I don't think it's a Bindi problem. I do. Yeah. Oh, Gumby. Wow, you're on blast. We don't know.
Get on uppers. Where do you stand on Gumby? We want to know.
Just let us know.
Thursday, and we were throwing him in the trash today on Thursday, or what? Trash day, Gumby, you're out of here.
What is the plan? Now, here's here's what I want to try to give to you, and we'll see if it works. There is a cheerleader. Can you work with a cheerleader?
Oh, I love a cheerleader.
Okay, great. So his name is Roland Pollard. And he's like the top tier cheerleader. Again, this is with kids. You know what's so funny about this is I don't want children. I do not want them, but I appreciate talented ones on the internet. So this dad-daughter duo, and if you can sort of like look at these photos right here, the amount of flips that this sweet kiddo does at like 4 is absolutely astonishing. But what Roland also does, so he's a cheerleading coach and he's great at cheerleading, is he really, I don't think this is his official platform, but he's really big on embracing failure. And you cannot get better unless you fail. And so he sort of showcases the tricks when they go wrong and how to sit with it and how to, and then occasionally the sweet kiddo won't be able to get a trick. And he just sort of like sits with it and be like, yeah, that's fine. Of course not. Of course you're not going to get it right away. So we just have to sit with it and try, and just sort of like works with her to like, and then you got to try again. And then you got to try again. So it's nice because I grew up in the phase of like the Bella Carolis and the like, you do it and we do not acknowledge your emotion in it and we just go. But he like says, he's like, you feeling sad? You feeling scared? Of course you are. Absolutely. Here's how we work through it, which is sweet.
I'm sorry. What did you grow up in the face of? That's what you grew up in?
Right. Well,
wow.
Well, I didn't get trained by Bella Caroli, but okay. I am young enough to
Right. That does make sense. You are young enough. That does make sense too. Looking back to your skiing stories, as you told earlier in the week, the guy was like, "I'm gonna beat you," and you're like, "Gotta win, and not take you at the end of it."
Yeah. So it's nice to have this role model out here for us.
I would like to welcome Audra to the stream, and then also thank you, Renee, because you brought Audra to us, and because of your award-winning tweet, Audra was able to find the show. So social media darling Renee getting finally all of her Twitter followers on over here. Thanks, Renee.
Get on in here. Audra, I'm so excited to see you. Thank you so much for coming over. The sweetest. We have the best get on uppers in town.
We really
you know what I mean?
We're
the luckiest.
We really do.
We're the absolute luckiest.
And Stacey, I'm not sure where you fall fully on the children thing. Children are excellent, don't get me. Oh, you like children, or is it that children are excellent but they don't get you? A little follow up there.
I love it. Audra, this is great. This is so exciting. I love it.
What else did you find on the internet? What else are accidental?
Don't you worry. I have this phenomenal woman to thank for finally getting a budget. She is the Budgetnista. Her name is Tiffany Alicia, but she's the Budgetnista who I can't even begin to tell you how helpful it is to work with her. So first, she's got an incredible Instagram that sort of embraces the like, yeah, of course you want to spend it on this. Absolutely you do. And let's find a way for you to get what you want, but also save what you need. So just in general, I love anyone who's nice to me.
Not like that one woman. What's the name of that? There was that lady who's like,
Susie Orman, who's just like, no coffee for you for years.
Do it. You're like, oh, I wanna buy a bike. You want to buy a bike? You better walk. You better walk for the next 3 years and save that money. Your finances are terrible. Goodbye.
Thank you. But no, and it's hard to see the Instagram posts, but I just love it so much. So I think she also is creating a community. So you can see in the top left corner there where she says, what jobs allow a flexible schedule? And then she'll embrace her community of people who say, well, I do this. Well, I do that. Well, I do this. And she's just really big on this should be joyful. This should be good. So how can we help you out with that? But then also give such good concrete advice on how to save, how to explain what 401k is. It's phenomenal. She's phenomenal.
Because Audra, I'm on the same page. Susie Orman also stresses me out. We're on the same boat as there. But it is interesting because there's two different ways to get to the same point of information. Because I've done some Susie Orman books. I've had her yell. I do the audio books. I'm a glutton for punishment. I just want her yelling at
screaming
me
at you
for 6 hours. But I do get the information. She's like scared me into getting better with my finances. But I like this approach. I feel like you're going to get there the same way, but more love and kindness and less
absolutely
yelling.
And on it, you're right. I do think that is sort of, at least for me, that's an experience that I have over and over and over again, that you try to just be kind, and sometimes people don't listen to kind. And occasionally, I think this is a mom trope, but just like, well, you didn't listen when I was nice, so I had to yell. You only listen when I yell. I think could be a pattern that can be established, but it's just so great.
Sometimes you got to Hulk out. Sometimes you got to Hulk out. Sometimes and then people Hulk gets things done. That's what
Yeah, thank
happens.
you. Hulk does get some things done.
What
Okay,
else are you drooling on?
I
What
got one
else are
more.
you just
I got
going?
one more for you.
Get the cloth. Get the
Just
cloth
one
because you got
more.
a little drool right there. Oh, drool bit. Not really, Renee. Sorry. This is
No, but I just love how what I would love is for the cloth to be the third host of the show. That we just have a regular cloth that Renee has to go to for various sweat dabs, drool dabs, exactly naps.
yeah. During
What
trivia when you're sweating, you're like, oh,
right?
I'm gonna don't
I
know the
can't. Yeah.
answer.
While I get all the answers right, exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So this again, Jim, I really tried to I want to give you presents, which is bizarre. But this is a put it on a pillow present. Would you like to see?
Oh, I
Okay.
do. I
Okay.
do. Put
S-
this on a
Put
pillow.
it on a pillow. So this Instagram account is called Pretty Strange Design. But it's not strange. It's gorgeous and amazing. So it is this like cross stitch Instagram account that makes the most beautiful, beautiful art through thread. And there's tutorials.
Oh.
It's just so fun to watch someone skilled at their craft. Because I've tried a cross stitch 3 or 4 times. The back of that, it is just a web of knots. Just terrible. So to watch somebody who can cleanly stick to the pattern, make it beautiful. And I don't know if you can quite see the bottom right-hand corner, but she also does some really beautiful phrases of love yourself.
Oh, I love
No.
this. And I also would love to see your cross stitching. Do we have any pictures or
No, you do not.
photos?
No, you do not. Nope. No, you do not. Here's what it looks. It looks well. First, all of them are in the trash because the whole thing has been checked, tossed out, and it's usually it's just a sea of knots as far as the eye can see.
But I just love that at least you tried a few different times.
Yeah.
But you were I think were you in this period, you're like, this is gonna be my thing.
Yeah.
This is my new hobby.
Of
This
course.
is gonna be me,
Of course.
Renee, the cross
Mhm,
stitcher. That didn't work. Let me try again.
Yep.
You just
Because
keep ending up in the trash.
the only thread-based craft that I have mastered is friendship bracelets. But there is something about a
Ooh.
middle-aged woman making friendship bracelets that
Is
goes,
endearing. Is endearing.
Is it? Both.
I think you could have an Instagram account called
Yeah.
Friendship. I'm in full support. I'm
No.
in full support. No notes, Renee. No notes, please.
Incredibly kind.
Let's ask the Get On Uppers. Do
Yeah.
you all think, since Renee is so talented at making friendship bracelets, she should jump back into the game? It's never
Get back
too
in the
late.
game?
Let's say, yes, Renee, make those friendship bracelets. Really, that's the only answer I'm interested
You're very
in
kind.
hearing.
If I were a dash cooler, I feel like I could pull that off. I don't think I needed to turn the clicker up 3 more clicks to be like, oh yeah, no, she makes friendship bracelets. Well past the age that she should, but it's cool. She makes it work.
Yeah, maybe her
I don't know
name
if
was
I'm there.
Summer or something. You know?
Yeah. No,
Well,
there's a
there
bunch
it
of things I need to change. All right. I'll do the paperwork to change my name. It seems like the first step. Do we agree? Yeah. And
I don't know. I feel like you're just making things harder for yourself. You're like, I'm gonna write when you're gonna I gotta do a big project, but first let me get the fonts correctly.
Let me try this.
And then you spend 3 hours getting the fonts, and then you're like, I haven't written anything.
Used to be, and again, we've talked about this. I am 3 years into breaking this habit, and it's still a lot of breaking needs to be had. So big on reading all the self-help books and applying none of the techniques. I'm like, well, I should probably read a full book on this first.
That's it. Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
Renee, wait, Sarah, I don't know if I put this in the right folder, and if I didn't, we'll save it for next week. But I also, not to commandeer, I tried to give you a gift of an accidental thirst trap. Sarah, is it in there? You can just type no if I didn't. It might be someone holding an animal of sorts. Someone we maybe know. If it's not there, just let me know and say no, and we'll save it for next week.
Holy cry.
If you
I will
have
cry.
it, we'll put it up. And my question is this an accidental thirst trap?
If it's someone holding an animal, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well,
100%. Where did you, because you were not on social media, where did you come across such a thing?
No, never mind. I guess I didn't. So we'll move on.
Okay.
A little teaser taste, maybe for next week, but maybe
Okay.
I might hold off because I
Okay.
put my cards and I want you to forget. I want you to forget a
I
little
can't
bit.
wait. Okay.
You
All
know?
right.
Yeah.
I've forgotten. Did you see me yesterday? There is no chance I'll remember this. I couldn't even remember the segment that I was in yesterday. Zero chance of me remembering. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be
Okay,
fine.
great. Love
Okay.
it. All right. We love it so much. All right, cool. All right. Well, now it is time for celebrity birthday. Celebrity birthdays.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
They have birthdays just like us.
Love it. Happy
Oh,
birthday
that's the
to
actual
you.
one.
Happy
Bum, bum,
birthday.
bum,
And
bum.
again, get on numbers. Is it your birthday? I need to know. I want to make sure you're properly celebrated. If it's not, that's fine. But just remember that on your birthday, your first thing you do when you wake up, you come to this show, you tell me so I can properly sing to you. Jam,
Oh,
I
you
think
gotta
we're
do.
okay. Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Let us know. Okay. Renee, that's a trampoline. There's a trampoline available, Renee.
I
Or
love trampolines.
all right, there we go.
Okay.
All right, there it is. Only I put something there, not for you, Renee, not for
Okay.
you.
Will not be
Sarah gets
looking.
canceled.
I will not be looking.
All
You
right,
cannot make me.
here we go. All right, so it's celebrity birthday quiz. If it's your first time here on the show, we are going to be celebrating some celebrity birthdays. They have birthdays just like us. We're gonna quiz you on some things. It's one thing just to celebrate their birthday, but you got to know some facts about them. So our first one is Laura Dern. It is Laura Dern's
Happy birthday,
55th
Laura Dern.
birthday today. Laura Dern's 55th birthday. Look at
Nice.
her. We love her so much.
Great.
All
We
right.
love her. We
Your
love her.
trivia question. And to be able to help Renee out, all you have to do is enter your device, say whatever you think the answer is. Say it as the
I can't
magic
wait.
word. Or if you're watching on YouTube live stream, you can clickety clack,
Give
type
it a
your
click.
answers. Give it a click. Renee's gonna need your help. Not that she needs your help, she
Yes.
wants it. Oh, okay. I was right the first time. Got it. All right.
Yes.
Cool.
I want it. Yes.
All right. So Laura Dern played a doctor in this 90s blockbuster movie.
Oh boy. Okay.
She played a doctor in this 90s blockbuster movie. And for bonus, what was her character's name?
Wait, was she a doctor in Jurassic Park? Get on uppers, help me out here. Okay, so I know her obviously from Jurassic Park. We love her so much; she was phenomenal. But I guess I don't remember her profession, nor do I remember her name. Get on
Got
uppers. Are
it.
you guys big Jurassic Park kiddos? Also, Jurassic Park might not be what we're looking for. We might be wanting something else there. Okay, all right. You know what? That's fine.
Wait, am I
When
leading you down a
I
dark path?
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park, and I don't remember her name.
All right. Okay. All right. Stacey
Okay.
Grey's Anatomy. Looking for a movie, Stacey, blockbuster movie, but that's
Yeah.
definitely a good guess. I often when I hear doctor go to Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
Who
sure.
hasn't been on Grey's Anatomy? Been on for 17 seasons.
Yeah.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
That
Are you're saying going to Jurassic Park? Well, Renee, you're on fire because that
Hey.
is correct.
Fan.
She was a doctor of she was a paleontologist. She was a
Okay.
doctor.
Yeah, I guess if you were to come this way, be like Laura Dern was in Jurassic Park. What was her profession? I would have told you an archaeologist.
Paleontologist.
I know.
Yeah.
That when I'm showcasing here is how wrong I would have gotten it. But now I've learned
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Will you do me the favor? And I probably still won't be able to get it. The first initial of the character's name. I don't think I'll be able to get it.
ES.
No, can't do it. Ellen. Oh, is Ellen right though?
No,
Oh.
so close. And funny because she actually was on the Ellen show. She played Ellen's best friend. And yes, Stacey, you're right. She was a paleontologist. Dr. Ellie the dinosaurs.
Right.
Ellie
Right.
Ellie Sattler is her full name.
Ellie
That's
Sattler.
what it was.
Okay. Ellie's a great name.
Yeah, and I love it. She's coming back, and they're doing a whole new trilogy, and she's coming back finally. I mean, she's been my favorite character in Jurassic Park. They brought back Sam Elliott. They brought back Jeff Goldblum. Where has Ellie been?
Yeah.
And the third one, she made a phone call, and that was it. She was like, "They're being attacked by dinosaurs," and that was it. Like,
Okay.
that was,
Well, I'm glad she's back.
so
God, we're gonna
talented.
lose our mind over that.
Laura Dern is just having such a moment. She's just like in everything. She was even in Star Wars. She just She's everywhere. She is the funniest part of the third Meet the Parents, or what's that Ben Stiller movie? Meet the
Yeah, that's right.
Fockers.
Meet the
Little
Parents.
Fockers.
Yeah.
She's in Little Fockers, and she is the funniest part of the movie.
Brilliant. She's also brilliantly funny in Big Little Lies.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
hysterical. She's just supposed to be awful, but oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's so good.
Oh, God.
So talented.
Renata. She's playing Renata.
Yeah. But she had to wear that eye patch.
Oh my gosh, that's something out of Kill Bill. All right, here we go. Next one. It is Roberta Flack's birthday, turning 85. 85, Miss Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack. And welcome Umer joining our show for the first time. We're doing our celebrity birthday quiz. It's Roberta Flack's birthday. Your quiz question is: Roberta Flack sang the original version of this Fuji song that was sang by Lauryn Hill. Big Bob. Big Bob.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, Renee, while you're thinking, maybe talk it out. Maybe just don't look up to the left for the next 2 minutes. Yeah.
So your memories are up there to the left.
Gosh, it's the most frustrating thing. I am so curious to see what this show would look like if we did it in the afternoon, or is this just me now? I feel the melody. Get on Uppers. Do you know what is the name of that song?
You want to hum us a few bars? Do you want to?
I don't. Okay. No, nope, I know. No,
nope, I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Yep. Ooh.
Because it's just that. Help me.
Even our producer Sarah is losing her mind right now.
I know.
Sarah, our producer Sarah wants to say
I know.
Oh my gosh, Get on Uppers, anything? Well, Renee, you're not alone. The Get on Uppers are also stemmed.
I don't.
And I want you all to be so kind to your foreheads on this one. Don't hit your own forehead. It's also producer Sarah's favorite song, so we might be needing a new producer. She might be walking off. The set as we speak.
And I deserve it, and I know it.
She just wrote bye. Well, we're on our own. Like the kids in Jurassic Park, we've been left. She left us.
She left us.
Ooh, were you the kid? All right. Strumming my pain with his fingers.
Killing
me
softly, right?
Killing me softly with his words. Killing me softly with
Beautiful, Jam. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly.
Yep. There it is.
Okay. All right. My sincerest apologies to
Never
everyone.
Forget, you did get the first one right with Laura Dern, so you're good. You're still always remember the wins. Always remember the wins because when you. She's so competitive. She's like sitting on her hand so she doesn't hit her forehead.
Done do a quick Google. Yeah.
All right. This next one, it's Trevonte Rhodes. Trevonte Rhodes. Stacey got it right. Killing Me Softly. This is Trevonte Rhodes, and I might need to get Renee. I might need to borrow that drool napkin of yours.
Yep.
Trevonte Rhodes.
Yes.
Make my heart go pitter to patter.
Love it.
Oscar-winning movie was he in? What Oscar-winning movie was he in? It won the Oscar. What Oscar-winning movie was he in? I'll give you some hints. He plays the third character. Like there's the movie goes through 3 stages of this character's life, and he is the tail end of that character, and won the Oscar. Renee, where are your hands?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I promise you.
Google.
Both of them are up. I wouldn't dare. I was reading the chat and I didn't want to be distracted, so I closed the chat. That's it.
Gotcha. All right, there it is. Won the Oscar. It was a big deal. There's something I want to say. It's on the top of my tongue.
Yeah. Listen, Audra's chiming in with Moonlight.
All right. You're gonna go with Audra? I mean, Audra.
Yeah, absolutely.
Came off the street to Twitter. Do you think you can trust her? Have you seen Twitter? All right, Audra. She's putting it all on you.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what. Yeah.
Well, it looks like there's genius out on Twitter. So Audra be right. Moonlight. It is Moonlight. I was going to give you another hint. There's a lot of controversy at the Oscar ceremony, but I feel like it would have given away.
Audra, disagree. You are incredibly trustworthy.
Moonlight. Absolutely. It was Moonlight. I love this film so much. It was the first time that I ever saw a movie on the big screen that I felt like you don't see queer Black stories
Yeah.
in mainstream film. And I've had to spend so much of my life seeing myself through all of these sort of heteronormative, oftentimes white, straight relationships. And it was so
Right.
nice. It was so, I don't know, there's something about being able to see your own stories in some ways reflected. So
Yeah.
love that movie and love him. Sarah, good work not putting a picture of him shirtless. I would not have been able to do the show.
No, the show would have been over. That was it. That's it for
Man
today.
is a thirst trap. Fitting in with our thirsty thirst trap episode. Okay, next one. Uzo Aduba. There it is. Uzo Aduba, turning 41 today. She's a little young. She's a little young muffin.
Yes, it's a little sweet pea. Just a little sweet pea.
Love that. Little young sweet pea. 41. Okay. She was on Orange is the New Black. What was the name of her Emmy Award-winning character? What was the
Okay, I
award-winning
know
character?
it. So let's see if we got Get On Uppers. Are we Orange is the New Blackers? Do we all love it? We all love it? Of course we do. So her performance is, because I think there is may I give her some compliments on her birthday?
Yes, please do.
There is absolutely, if you were to get this character, there is a way to make it so, well, again, this honestly, Get On Uppers, let me give you a little hint. There's a way to make it so nuts that you would just be like, okay, well, come on now. But no nuts were had. It was just a perfect performance. Get On Uppers, do you want to let me? Well, and you know what? I go, I know it, and then I doubt it. I think she played Crazy Eyes, right? Right?
We're gonna lock it in. What does Twitter say,
Crazy
Audra? Do we
Eyes.
have a consensus on? Audra has a finger on the pulse of Twitter, so Audra's like, let me check in with Twitter.
Yeah. And Audra, you're my new best friend.
Looks like we're locking in Crazy Eyes, and that would be right. She did play Crazy Eyes. Amazing performance, winning all the awards. Audra even said, lock it in. Lock that in. Love it.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Next birthday. We have two more. So we have Yara Shahidi turning 22.
Yeah.
That's talking about her. Yara Shahidi. She is on the hit TV show Blackish, but she also stars in her own spin-off series, Connect to Blackish. What is the name of her spin-off series? She goes off to college. What is the name of that show?
We love it. And kids, we all, okay, yeah, get On Uppers. I know you know it. Do we want to together as a team say it all together? So what you do is you say to your device, say, and then we'll all say it on 3. Here we go. Get On Uppers. 1, 2, 3. Grownish.
It is Grownish, absolutely. What a cute show. I watched the first season. There's just so much content I wasn't able to keep up. I'm also not in college, so is this, show for me. But what I love about Grownish is that I feel like it's not since A Different World, which was a spinoff of the Huxtables.
Right.
I don't say the C word. Any of the C words, none of them.
Right.
And so it was not since A Different World have I seen just Black youth going to college, and it's just such a great, cute show. She's a little bit of a mess, but who wasn't a mess in college?
Yeah, absolutely. Any other portrayal would be like, well, what? Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Getting all the good grades again.
It's funny because she herself is, Yara has done more in her life than I will do in 1,000 lives. She's such a prodigy. It's crazy.
It really is, and it's so fascinating to she's so brilliant. Oprah's had her come on to her Super Soul Sundays, and when they sit and have conversations, Oprah is in awe of this woman because she is just the way Oprah's like, whoa, you were just speaking so advanced, and the things that she wants to do and accomplish. I believe her family is from Berkeley, the Bay Area. Her parents are also these geniuses as well. Her and I think Amanda Sandberg. She was Little Rue in The Hunger Games. She also young, Black, doing just amazing, brilliant things. These two ladies. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Last one. Stephanie Beatrice was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Sure was.
She voiced what character in Encanto?
Damn it.
What? Renee's so competitive because she loves Encanto. What's our disclaimer?
Yeah.
The words in the expressed
Yeah.
here are of the
Yes.
artist who
Okay.
says
Audra
them
knows
out
it.
of the
Audra
movie.
knows it. I was so excited because I was like, I know what movie she's in. Audra Mirabelle. Audra in with the right answer. Mirabelle. She's so. And what's so crazy is that. Excuse me. Her voice was so like the way that she can contort her voice. Because in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, when she played Rosa, it was like
Yeah.
so like from Brooklyn and it was down here. And now that she's playing Mirabelle, she's just the range on this woman is phenomenal. So good.
Absolutely. Do you also she was also in a movie musical recently. Do you know what movie musical she was also in?
She in the Heights?
She was in the Heights. She was in the Heights. She was one of the salon ladies. Yeah. So
she's incredible. Who knew she could sing like that? Rosa.
I did because I saw her on like what's the guy? The not Jay Leno, the guy after him, SNL guy, Jimmy Smits. No,
Oh,
Jimmy
sure.
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. Yes. Yeah.
Jimmy Smits. Yeah, she's on Jimmy Smits' talk show. Good old Jimmy Smits from Law and Order. Anyways, she did like one of those things, celebrity impressions of like sing like Britney Spears doing It's a Bitsy Spider, and she like, crushed it out of the park. So
of course
she's
she did.
very, very talented.
And Audra, I couldn't agree more. Once you listen to the soundtrack of Encanto, good luck to your brain because you will have at least one of those songs stuck in your head. And it is usually We Don't Talk About Bruno. And so if you watch a lot of TikTok, everybody's got the choreography to like you step and then you step and then you step. So you walk around the house singing We Don't Talk About Bruno while doing the choreography. And it is so fun.
Which is why I didn't want to interrupt. Renee's TikTok dance-a-thon right here. Renee's gonna teach a dance class. Right here. This is why I will confess to you, I've only seen Encanto once because I cannot handle having those songs
stuck in my head. I know.
All
right. Well, Audra and I will stick together. We'll be sentenced to thinking Bruno for the rest of our days.
Only have to mention We Don't Talk About Bruno, and it already gets into my head. I've only seen the movie once, so
yeah. I want the Grammys to create a new category called earworm. And Lin-Manuel Miranda will win it every time.
All the time. Sarah, I am curious. You can just type no if it's not possible. But I did send my accidental thirst trap to Sarah. Sarah, if we do have eyes on the accidental thirst trap, we can throw it up. If not, we can wait till next week. But you can just throw it up anytime. Oh, she has it.
So
my question is this an accidental thirst trap? I am curious.
And Umer is a pharaoh. While we wait, Umer, so excited to talk to you, is a fellow Lin-Manuel Miranda fan.
Oh,
we love him. We love him so much. He's making such good things. He's making such good things. I know.
Such good things. We love it. It's just so great. Really great, powerful music. So there we are. All right. Is this an accidental thirst trap, Renee? You are the judge. Renee, you are the judge of accidental thirst traps. Is this an accidental thirst trap? So, Umer, I know you're like, what am I looking at? Renee does a segment called Accidental Thirst Traps, where she looks at things on the internet and decides, is this an accidental thirst trap? And then it's usually like cakes and, dolphins looking really cute. Renee had brought one a few weeks ago about a sloth, and I was like, I've held a sloth before, and I thought, well, let me bring this photo of me holding a sloth.
If you could just send that to me so I can get it tattooed on my forehead. That's how much I love this. So tell me everything. Okay, tell me everything. Tell me, you woke up that morning. You woke up that morning, describe the whole day to me. I need to hear it all. How did this happen? Tell me everything. I love it.
So I used to work on a cruise ship, and we would go to. Doug says I would not get that tattooed on your forehead.
I just want everyone to experience the joy that I'm experiencing right now.
Maybe you get it tattooed on your forearm, so just
so I can see it.
You wear long shirts, and just at night you look at it. And
I think my reasoning for that was we will do the show for the end of time. And I want to be able to look at it every morning. So if we can just, because that's a canvas, if ever I've seen one.
Renee!
No.
Okay, so I used to, Audra said this pic is going to get me through the rest of the week.
Thank you, Audra. Audra and I are best friends. I don't know if you've heard, but Audra and I are best friends.
Oh man. All right. So here's what's going to describe the photo
Yeah.
for y'all. It's me holding a sloth with its arms wide open, ready to attack, and I'm making a face like like it's terrifying because it was. So I'll tell you what happened. So
Okay. Tell
we
me
used to
everything.
work on I was working on a cruise ship. We would
Right.
stop in Costa Rica. We'd oftentimes go zip lining. And a lot of the local kids, they just have sloths as pets. And so we would oftentimes like go see the neighborhood local kids. We'd give them a couple of dollars and they'd let us like, hold their sloth or just
Right.
look at their sloth or whatnot. Usually it's fine, but this sloth in particular, usually sloths move very slow. That's what you hear about them. They're so slow. This one was pregnant. And they didn't tell me that until like put it in my hands.
Sure.
This pregnant sloth did not want to be held.
Fair.
It was like, and it swatted at me. I had just swatted, and they've got long sloths.
Yeah, they
Have
do have long
huge,
claws. They have very long
long
claws. Yeah.
claws to keep
Yeah.
them safe from predators, especially trying to protect their young
Right.
baby inside of their stomach.
Right.
And so this picture is capturing the exact moment right after it had swatted, trying to, save
Yeah.
itself. Did not want to be held.
Did not want to
And
be held. And am I seeing this correctly that there's also a rescue in action happening right now of somebody trying to like, oh, we'll take her off your hands. Yeah.
That's it exactly. Yeah. And she moves fast. When they're pregnant, they
Yeah.
are fast
They're
moving.
quick,
So
not as slow.
feast
Well,
your eyes on that.
you handled it perfect. I do need you to send me that photo. I am going to make it. Okay. How about this? Get on uppers. Can you work with this? I won't get it tattooed on my forehead. Fine. But can I make it my wallpaper for my phone?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No.
And then people be like,
That-
"What? It'll be
well,
such a good
let's
conversation starter. Who's
let's
that?
get
It's my best friend." Great. Sorry,
we'll
tugboat.
we'll get
Got the
Doug.
boot.
We'll get bye Taco. Can we do a collage? I don't want him to get mad at me. Doug was the biggest dissenter, so we'll see if Doug gets on board with the wallpaper.
Okay.
And if that's the
Okay.
case, then I will
Yeah.
send it to him.
Tug gets good advice. You're a good friend. And Audra also coming in with the best thing. It was like that picture will get us through the rest of the week. Now, granted, it's only tomorrow, but still, that's a 2-day get through her
Well,
picture.
maybe she's counting Saturday
Yeah.
and Sunday. We don't know how her Saturdays and Sundays are. They could be rough.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
could be rough. They could be.
Audra has requested just real quick. Hold on. There we go. And there's Tug. Wait for you. Taking a little sleep. Audra just was like, "Hey, can we get a quick pic of Tug?"
Yep,
So
there
I'm
it is.
complying.
There's Tugboat. I mean,
So
Tugboat's the real producer. Like not the real producer, but the head producer,
the
the
yeah,
executive producer
the
of the
guest star
show.
of the show.
No, sorry,
Yeah.
Sarah. Tugboat calls the shots. Tugboat calls the shots. Well, we're halfway through the show, and I've pretty much offended everybody at this point. And for the latecomers, if I've not offended you yet, just you wait. So you are watching Get On Up right here on Backchannel. I am James Arthur M. Jam, and we've got Renee Colvert, Reneezy here, and you can interact with the show as Audra's been doing, Stacey's been doing, Doug's been doing. Such a lively bunch. We love it. You can just say into your device, and then the words that come out of your mouth, we'll see it. So you can make requests. Renee, I want to see that tugboat. Renee will acquiesce.
I will oblige immediately. I'll stop a segment to do it. Don't you worry.
As she did. As she did.
Yeah. Stacey, comment after me on the language. Stacey, I need you to know that when it slipped out of my mouth, I did make a face as like, "Oh no." I am keenly aware that I should not have said it. I regret it. I would like to now, at this point, issue an official apology. I'm sorry that I said it. I'm gonna do my best not to do it again. Great. Perfect.
Right.
That feels sincere, right?
I know it's not Wednesday, but Get On Uppers. Let's see. Is Renee working it or wilding? You decide. Let us know. Oh, Doug says that.
I love it. Doug's forgiving.
Okay.
Doug's forgiving.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay.
All right. All right. So it is time for Thriving Thursday. We've got some news. We want some news stories that are out here thriving. We've got them for you. So I'm going to kick it off if you don't mind, Renee.
Yes.
This is really exciting story. So this happened last week. Sorry, we missed it. But last week, Moderna had a groundbreaking announcement. Human trials for the experimental HIV vaccine are officially underway. Had you heard about this?
That's amazing. No, I have
Yes.
not heard about this. This is
Really,
great.
really,
Okay.
really, really exciting news. Also breaking news. Stacey says that you're not wilding, you're working it. Stacey,
Hey,
I
thanks,
heart and
Stacey.
appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Stacey, you
Thank
did
you.
it. Wilding or working it. Oh man. She knows the rules of the game. It's
Yeah.
great. You're working at Renee, and so is this Moderna vaccine trial, because together with the nonprofit scientific research organizations, the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative, Moderna has developed a vaccine that is designed to send HIV antigens to recipient's body in the hopes that it induces an immune response. And so, yeah, this is what's happening. It looks like there's 56 HIV negative adults chosen to be involved in the clinical trials last August. They just received their first shots last week at George Washington University School of Medicine and Health Sciences. So, really amazing sort of
That's
breakthroughs happening, especially with this
incredible.
push. Because
Yeah.
they're, with the push to get this the COVID vaccine, they're
Right.
seeing a lot of, cross sort of, oh wait, could we be trying this over here?
Right. Yeah. Oh, look what we can do. And I'm sure that this echoes the sentiments of I mean, boy, I'm gonna take it real dark, but then don't worry, when we get to my health, I'll be able to swing it back up. It's just you're so grateful, but you do take a moment of reflection to be like, God, we had this in the 80s. If we had this in the 90s, it's just
Yeah.
and I mean, I
Well,
guess that's what
and
you have
and
to
and to
have
that
to
point
get a
though,
vaccine.
is that this for some, I am part of the queer community, and I know people who have survived, and I couldn't even imagine, like, for them this has been very deja vu, because they
Right.
survived a
Yeah.
pandemic before, and it was an
Yeah.
invisible pandemic.
Mhm.
Like, it took 8 years for the government to even acknowledge that there was this AIDS crisis even happening. It was this
Right.
invisible, almost genocide, because of who it was, affecting specifically. And so
Right.
it also goes to show, when things are affecting a certain community who maybe is being affected by it, they're like, "Oh, we got to get the change happening. We got to get the change
Right.
happening and make sure everyone
Right.
is saved." But there was, this community that people did not care about, and they were like,
Yeah.
shrug, shrug.
Yeah.
So
Well, but I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled, thrilled, thrilled. Both at the like, oh, look what we've learned. Look how fast we can do this, and the fact that not only do we just like, oh, look how fast we can do this. Wash my hands of it. Just like, oh no, you're right. I should apply that to everything else that's out there. It's crazy. It's amazing.
absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing. Um, well, in classic form, I will now swing the pendulum from the most important news to the stupidest, silliest news, but I love it.
We
I love it
we are nothing if
so
not fair and
much.
balanced. I
We
think that's our
love
new
it so
catchphrase.
much. So the headline is Bride has the slowest walk down the aisle as her ring bearer, pet tortoise, steals the limelight.
Renee.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's
I love it. I
so
love it.
good.
Let me tell you the tale. So, the bride and groom are both vets, veterinarians, and they met while doing a tortoise survey 20 years ago. So she felt it was only right for her beloved tortoise. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. No, I need everyone to prepare because you're not ready for the
Oh,
tortoise's name.
okay. Is it Tommy Toon, Tommy Turtle,
Wow.
Tur
You got Tom right. That's crazy.
Tom
Um,
Tommy Tortuga?
Very close. Tom Shellick.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That.
Not to be confused with Tom Selleck, the
Yeah,
famous
yeah.
actor. Tom Shellick. Okay.
And this
I
portal
am
is huge. That is a
all
ginormous
right.
portal. Yeah.
Exactly. I am already on very thin ice with you because of the mishap that happened at the beginning of the show. So I am going to bypass my natural reaction of being upset at your lack of reaction because I'm already on thin ice. But if I had showed up on time today, you would be getting a stern scolding on your lack of reaction to Tom Shellick,
I
the
laugh!
craziest,
I laugh!
funniest, most
Oh my
clever
gosh.
name.
I will say, this is not the first time this week Renee has been disappointed in my lack of enthusiasm for something. Okay, give it to me again.
Okay,
Give it
okay.
to
Are
me.
you
This
ready to
is
hear the name,
good.
Jam?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
ready? Tom Shellick.
What? Get out! Oh my! Wait! What is it again? Give it to me again. I thought I heard Tom Selleck. Is it?
Shellick. Yeah.
Get out! Yes, she did. Oh my God! Go off, Susan B. What was her name? Susan B.
Okay, that's fair.
Anthony.
Okay,
Get it? Ooh, that's funny.
Sorry.
Oh, I gotta
I'm
get these tears. Sarah, take me off camera. I can't handle this. This is too much. Wait, what was it again? Was it Tom?
Tom Shellick. Yeah.
I can't.
Fair. That's fair. Okay, I'm sorry.
Is he bad at funerals?
Okay. Now, did you see the joy that brought me?
Yes. Okay.
I'll take even sarcastic reaction. Delightful. But wait, hold on. The story's almost over, I promise. But I do need to tell you. Well, I guess, can I make this a question instead of a reporting? How do you think they got Tom Shellick down the aisle?
Well,
because the tortoise is going to go where a tortoise is going to go. Well, okay, sure, of course. But how did they get him to walk in the right direction?
They ushered him in that direction.
Okay, I like that. Or they made a trail of strawberries that he. And then walked
that's cute.
A trail of strawberries. A trail of strawberries to get him down the aisle. It did take 5 minutes to get down the aisle.
And back to like the point of like the slowest. And was it her dad walking her down? He was like, all right, let's. Here's what I do have to say. I don't want to rain on this parade.
Okay.
I don't want to rain on this parade.
All right. Tell me more, though.
That walk is already like awkward and long for people.
I know.
It is already.
But would you
so
go with me
song
here?
Playing? Depends if there's a good bop. There's a good bop.
Yeah, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the theme song, over and over again. Teenage Mutant.
No,
I am lying.
I am lying. Great.
You would have loved it, though. You would have loved it. So that is who's thriving is Tom Shellick the turtle, being the perfect ring bearer.
Oh, that is so adorable. I love that. Well, Renee, I think that's so cute. I have another one that I think you'll like because you think you mentioned her. I don't know. We mentioned there's two people we mention a lot on this show.
Right.
Dolly Parton and Janet Jackson, and Jurassic Park comes up a lot as well, you know. Anyways, so education's been a huge thing that we've been talking about here on the show. And employees at Dollywood, the Tennessee theme park co-owned by Dolly Parton, are soon eligible for free tuition for a number of select education programs, as well as having the cost of books and other educational fees covered as of later this month. This offer is open to all employees, full-time, part-time, and even seasonal, not seasonable. I mean, who isn't seasonable? But seasonal employees as well. They all have that. So as soon as you start your first day, you're eligible for this. I thought this was really exciting.
The reason that you're getting the reaction you're getting is because I think we need to make an official rule: no more gifts. No more gifts, because this was my this or that. Is Dolly Parton a saint or an angel? Because of the story. Are you kidding me with this? This is absolutely incredible. So she's just covering tuition for everybody. It's absolutely insane. I am going to miss, I won't have an additional this or that now, but the story is phenomenal. And I love it.
Well, we can put a pin on this. We'll put a pin on this and decide. We'll circle back. So we've broke the news, and we'll come back and we'll say, would you rather have this or that? We'll still work with it. So they need time to think. They need time to think about it. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy. And Jam, like, this is extraordinary. Do you know how many celebrities have the funds to do this and don't?
Well, but here's my thing that I want to piggyback on is that I think it's actually unfortunate how much that we have to rely on like celebrities and businesses to do the work that the government should be doing. That's what we lean on. Like, I mean, it's interesting because like we rely so heavily on charitable organizations in this country to do this work. Like we did a charity fundraiser at my work that I led, and our UK people didn't donate as much as the US people because their government, and this is even the UK, it's not perfect. We're not talking about like, the Netherlands or something like that, but they have much more social programs. And so I love that Dolly Parton is doing this, but she shouldn't have to. Like the government should already be doing this. College is way too expensive, right? Like it's absolutely bananas. So yay on her. I think in that case, like it's even, and like they don't show up, right? We're relying on Jeff Bezos to do the right thing by not spend. He's got. Well, I don't know if we're allowed to now go on this track.
No,
What is
I
our?
mean,
Are we allowed to talk about Jeff Bezos here on this Echo device? Is it immediately going to shut down?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah.
But these rich billionaires, we'll just
Yeah.
talk very,
In
broadly. These rich
general. Yeah.
billionaires who have a lot of money, and they could be doing so many other great things instead of like racing off to space. Why? So we can go
Right.
pollute another planet, or
Yeah.
there's things that need our attention and help now. That's
Yeah.
my soapbox. I know it's not Saturday. I usually
No, you're
save it for
right.
Saturday.
And
So
Audra in the chat is
Saturday.
adamantly agreeing with you. Also saying that she works
Oh.
in nonprofit.
Oh my
So don't even
gosh.
get started, right? Like
Can't
it's
even imagine.
such a problem.
It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Audra,
And you're
that's
doing
really
such
true.
great work, and it's just it's very unfortunate. It kind of reminds me, sorry to go off on this tangent, but
No,
we've
please.
also been talking about a lot of Joe Rogan on this podcast. I was listening to the latest episode of Brene Brown. She went on a break because the whole entire her podcast is on Spotify.
Mhm.
She went on a break because there's a lot of conversations happening, and Brene Brown is social justice warrior and like using her background in social work to navigate these things and data and things like that. So she took a break because she was like, I need to assess. I got to look at the data.
Right.
That's her quote that's on a pillow on her pamphlet. It's called, I got to look at the data. Let's look at the data. And so she brought on somebody from the ACLU to talk about free speech. And it was such an interesting conversation. I highly recommend everybody go listen to it. It's the latest episode on Unlocking Us, because there's a lot of misconceptions that we have about free speech. And where I'm going with this is that really the most protected things are business. So for example, I can't necessarily, for one, free speech is limited in some ways. The biggest way that you could actually have anything done against me in the court of law is if I hurt you financially. So if I frauded you financially, then sure. But if I just told you a bunch of lies, then not as much, even if they were painful or harmful in some ways. So it's just so interesting that, like, again, this is just capitalism, I guess. I'm on my soapbox. I am sorry for it.
No, I
Soapbox
don't
Saturday
think
starts
anybody
now.
is disagreeing with you. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
It's just it's so unfortunate, and so that unless you hit someone financially, there's not as many protections as if you hurt them personally. So
yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
There you
So right. Well, listen, I got one more thriving that
Go give
again
it to us.
has teetered on the brink of. Well, I'm trying to give you a present, but I don't know if I'm properly succeeding. Well, let's see. So, Kelly Clarkson is having guest stars all week long, and one of the guest stars is Simi Liu.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
And the other one is Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh,
so
I interviewed him. I interviewed Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah, I interviewed him at the Eternals premiere. So sometimes I work at Marvel. So if you were to Google Eternals red carpet premiere, you would see me co-hosting the live stream for Marvel officially. So we talked to the entire cast. Kumail Nanjiani, it was a great interview. Not to hijack your conversation too much, but to give you some tea, we're interviewing Kumail Nanjiani. We're on this stage, right? We're not like the press, like, oh, Angelina, what do you think about? No. They come to us on this stage to come and talk to us. And Angelina Jolie in the movie Eternals, and we're talking to Simu, and we're talking to Kumail Nanjiani. She crashes the interview and makes it so awkward. The biggest feedback everybody was saying was like, the interview, that whole entire thing was so great. You interviewing Salma Hayek. Why was Angelina Jolie so awkward? She's very awkward to interview. My hunch is she's an introvert.
Fair.
She needs like a sit down interview with an edit.
Fair.
The whole entire, it's a lot that's going on. The fans are yelling. It's live. It's a little cold. But she crashed the interview, and I think because first of all, the cast of Eternals is so tight. But I think she saw Kumail, and she's like, "Let me go up, get this over with. He's fun. He's funny. Let me just go up when he does." But I gave her like a softball question of like, Angelina Jolie, you're used to playing so many, strong, powerful characters. What did you connect with the most with your character, Thena?
That's pretty easy. Yeah.
Well, Angelina Jolie goes, "Oh, wow. Gosh, such an interesting question. Let's see. Haven't really thought about my character in a while. And then I'm just like, yeah, well, you've said in interviews the thing that you've really connected with is her warrior spirit. And then she's like, oh yes, well, yeah. So
Right. That's what I was
had
prepped to
the
say, and that's what I would
oh,
like to say again. Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
yes, yep, yep, yep,
In
yep.
their defense, and this is a weak defense, but and I promise I'm going to get back to what's going on with Kelly Clarkson in a second. But in their very weak defense, I think actors sometimes are actors because they are not comfortable with who they are as a person,
Oh,
so they're
yes,
extraordinary and taking on other parts. So
100%.
Kumail has been a podcaster; he's been a thing. Like Kumail knows who Kumail is, and I
Right.
think it's just you got to do the reps on who you are as a person. And
Yeah.
often when you're an extraordinary actor, you're like, well, I've done the reps on how to play characters. I have not done the reps on how to be a person.
But it
Does that make
does
sense?
seem like
Yeah.
to me, absolutely, I co-sign on everything you said. But I would just think like on the ride over to your premiere, have like 3 answers in your back
Yeah.
pocket that you can pivot to, even if
Yeah.
just like, what were your favorite costumes to wear? And she could be like, actually, what I really loved is her warrior spirit. Like
Yeah.
you just similar to like being a politician, you just have those 3 or 4, like we're gonna ask you about your character. So
Right. No, you're not wrong. And Audra's being so thoughtful about this, saying that she can relate that she often attaches herself to the fun person at the party, which that makes sense. So just like,
yeah.
oh, they're doing okay, well, I'll just go hang out with them. And then also, Benedict Cumberbatch, I guess, is a little weird too.
Or Doctor Strange, absolutely. Again, they're just some of them are introverts, and I think people assume that they're this outgoing person. And to her
Right.
defense as well, she filmed this movie was supposed to come out last year during the parallelogram. She's on to different movies, even probably over different Marvel projects. So like she probably, but my advice to Angelina the next time is just do a little. Have a little back pocket answer.
Easy peasy. Well,
Okay,
you did a great
sorry.
job coaching her.
Didn't mean
Yes.
to
Okay. So back to
hijack.
Kelly
Didn't mean to
Clarkson.
hijack. Back to
So
Kelly.
it is not official, but what I put together for you is that it's Marvel Week over at Kelly Clarkson. How about that? Because
do love
both
that.
Kumail
Right.
and Simu Liu. And then wait, just real quick, because the story is about Simu Liu hosting. Tell us about Simu Liu real quick. What character
Oh,
are they
he
playing?
plays Shang.
What's their story?
He is the lead character. He is the lead of Shang-Chi in the movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And this was a big deal because this is the first Asian American superhero to be leading a film. It's such a great movie. It's great. Awkwafina's in it. There's just a really strong cast. It's hilarious. It's epic. If you haven't seen it, definitely go out and check it out.
I love it. All right, so there you go. So I feel like you should watch Kelly Clarkson this week. I think you're gonna love it.
I bet you, Renee, since we're going to be doing the show from now to the end of time,
Obviously,
and you have such a yearning to connect with me, and I bet you it's just a matter of time before we're going to get you to watch. Renee, you don't have to commit now.
Okay.
But I think you should watch the entire MCU. I didn't finish. It's only 27 movies, Renee, and counting. No, we can have this. I think you'll enjoy it. I honestly think you would enjoy it. I don't know. Think about it.
No, listen, today of all day, because I'm in trouble with you today. And so today is the right day to answer that. And I will say, yes, absolutely. I will watch 27 movies. I will watch 28 movies for you. That's how much I love you.
Okay. Well, I will set you up for success, the chronological order, and then even ones where I'm like, you can skip this one. Renee is like hyperventilating. What have I gotten myself into? Have you seen any Marvel movies?
I absolutely have. I have seen, and genuinely, I think Iron Man is hilarious. I love it. I really like Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's great.
I think it's great.
I
think it's fantastic. So Iron Man and Ant-Man. And maybe I didn't watch Civil. Oh, and Thor, and I think Thor's funny too. I like Thor.
Great. All right. Well, you're almost there. 3 off the list right there, Renee. So we're getting there. All right. Well, you heard it first. We have it. This is recorded.
And Black Panther. Incredible.
Black Panther. Okay, great.
Incredible.
So you're getting the ones you're dibbling and dabbing. Okay, you're getting some. You heard it first. All right. I have one last one, and this is my gift to you, Renee.
Yeah. So many
Sarah,
gifts.
do we have the link for my last one? I said I have another Thriving Thursday. So this is So I think that Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson are thriving.
Okay.
Because if you haven't seen, they have a new, and I've not heard the audio. I just seen the commercials at the gym, so I've not seen the audio of it. They're doing a series of Amazon commercials for something that is launching on the 13th. Could have Googled what it was. I didn't. I just found this picture to show you that there's some. They look funny. The commercials, again, I haven't heard the audio. There's one of her rehearsing for an audition and being really silly and weird, and then he says something, and then it's like coming the 13th of February. And so this is my sort of olive branch to you, Renee, of like, look, it's a white couple thriving, and I can also bring up white couple thriving news as well, because Renee brought up who was it? Who's getting his or her Oscars?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst and her
Jesse
husband.
Plemons?
Yeah,
Jesse Plemons?
got his and her Oscar nominations yesterday, and I was proud of him. And I forgot to pay attention to "We Hate the Oscars," and I'm sorry.
Well, and so I'm just let's check out their commercials, and
Okay.
I'm just trying to balance it out, Renee.
I appreciate it. Also, I appreciate the forward thinking of course, we're going to launch this on Super Bowl Sunday. Why wouldn't we launch this on Super Bowl Sunday? It makes sense.
Oh, it's even. I'm sorry. You mean Janet Jackson Appreciation Day?
Thank you. Why wouldn't we launch this on
Puppy Bowl,
Janet Jackson Appreciation Day? Yep. All the things. Well,
Well,
I am.
I was thinking it was before Valentine's Day. I was like, oh, here's a couple. We like they're doing something cute, a commercial. But you're probably right, and it feels like this is maybe a commercial for the big commercial that will be aired on Janet Jackson Appreciation
Sounds right.
Day.
I didn't know any of this, so I'm excited to go check it out.
Well, it is time for our Throwback Thursday.
Right.
It's Throwback Thursday. It's our Black History moment. And today we're going to be talking about Andromeda. So it's celebrating Andromeda. So I'm sure maybe you're thinking, like, why are we talking about Andromeda during Black History Month? I would say a great question. To a point. So I didn't realize this until I had come across this article, but Andromeda was Black. She was an Ethiopian princess. This is not like an actual like photo of her. It's just an artist rendering. And you're probably thinking like, well, how did it just get so misconstrued? So first of all, we probably have all heard the story of Andromeda. We've heard it before, but just recounting the myth in case you fell asleep during your Greek myth class that day. So here's the story. Here's what happened. Cassiopeia, her mother, Cassiopeia was married to Cepheus. So Cepheus outraged Poseidon. He didn't. Cassiopeia outraged Poseidon, the Olympian god of the sea, because she was claiming that she was more beautiful than any creature on land or sea. And now, why you got to do that, Cassiopeia? You know that is just going to upset Poseidon. These Greek gods are nothing if not jealous. So she's like, I'm so pretty. I'm prettier than that dolphin. I'm prettier than that walrus, that narwhal. What you got, Poseidon? Look at the sea. What do I see when I look at the sea? Me. That means I'm in the sea and I'm gorgeous. Look at me. I'm splashing around in this ocean. I'm beautiful. So Poseidon was like, do you know my creatures and things that I have? I don't think so, Cassiopeia. So Poseidon was so mad that he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sink this entire kingdom. Y'all out here wilding. It must be Wednesday. So he was like, all right, I'm going to get rid of all of you because Cassiopeia out here running her mouth as she do. And he then only refrained from when this conniving seer Ammon was like, no, don't do that. Why don't you instead just kill Andromeda? We'll just sacrifice Andromeda and don't kill us. And then Poseidon's like, oh, okay, all right, we'll do that. So then the entire kingdom was like, you have to do this to the king. And he's like, okay, I'll sacrifice my daughter if it'll save everybody. But then Perseus, on his way back from just having murdered Medusa, which I put a pin in that. Like, we don't know Medusa's story. Like, it seems a little, So he just was on his adventures and he sees Andromeda and he's like, what? Who? This fine honey dip. I gotta go rescue her because she's all chained up. And Andromeda's like, oh gosh, these people. I knew I should have left. I should have left when I had a chance. And so he goes and he rescues her before she's devoured by a giant sea serpent rising from the deep. Because Perseus had the Medusa head, and he was like, shram! And he throws the head up, and then the serpent like freezes, and he saves Andromeda. And so then, because he saved her and he saved the people, he goes up to the king. He's like, hey, yo, king. I want to marry your beautiful daughter. And he's like, okay. I mean, clearly the king does not have a lot of attachment to his daughter. They were like, we got to kill her. And he was like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. And so, but why did Perseus do this? Because the whole entire idea of the story is that Andromeda was so gorgeous and so beautiful that like Perseus like risked everything to go and rescue her. So when we talk about these stories, though, Andromeda's actually, she was an Ethiopian princess. Ethiopians are they're high in melanin. Some might even say black. Her parents were king and queen of Ethiopia. But her story has been so whitewashed over time. If you've ever seen Clash of the Titans, like any of these movies, any of these versions, she's either blonde or she's brunette, but she is definitely not black. So how did this happen? So this story is like so old, like it's about 5th century BCE. Even the playwright Sophocles and Euripides, they had even written stories about this, but they always dictate that she's in Ethiopia. And two, you can even think about this, that in these stories, Perseus discovers Andromeda on her way home from Greece after killing Medusa, and he also uses the Medusa head to turn Atlas to stone. And the Atlas Mountains are, as you might recall, Renee, from your world geography lesson, are on the African continent through Sahara, Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. So again, you have like so many of these stories where you don't really think about the African continent, even though we're talking about the entire Mediterranean, everybody there, everybody all up in these stories. But over time, African nations and tribes have been just cut out of these stories. So I do want to put a pivot, though, that like, yes, the Greeks were in their original drafts and stories, including everybody who was a part of these stories. But the term Ethiopia did not mean what we mean it today. They called Ethiopians pretty much anybody from Africa, and they use the term Ethiopia to describe burnt face people. So don't love that. Don't love that. Oh, Audra, thank you so much for coming. And look, now you can go off to your meeting and be like, did y'all know Andromeda was
Look
black?
at this. Look what I've learned. Look what I've learned. Audra, it was so great having you. Thank you so much for popping by. I'll let you know. Audra, DM me and I'll tell you the rest of the story. This is great.
So there are even painters, so Naiboid painters who also crafted vases depicting her story, showing her as black with African features. And even the Roman poet Ovid, in his big poem, The Metamorphoses, he clearly refers to her as having dark skin more than once. So, and then you even have there's an Italian humanist author, Petrarch, in the 14th century, who was inspired by Ovid, explicitly describes her as black. So there are people who are keeping the truth going along here. And even 3 centuries later, there's a Dutch artist, Abraham van Diepenbeek, who gave us this visual form as well. And he had painted her as having a dark body. In this painting, she's got this dark body and she's chained to these rocks. And it's called the Temple of the Muses. But his editor, I won't even say his name, scolded him because he was like, well, why would anybody, like, his idea is that Andromeda is supposed to be so beautiful. And the editor was like, but why would anybody be so attracted to someone of Moorish color when she was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world? So you have those sentiments, you know? And so it's around the Renaissance, though. You're like, well, how did this happen? If there were some people who, and this is a picture of, how she's often painted on the left is, of this fair skin, but she lived in Ethiopia, the Sudanese region. So you can see the woman more so on the right of like, that's what people of the region look like. And so it's around the Renaissance that painters began transforming her into white. It's similar to when you have, stories, or it's really around the Italian Renaissance, where you have even people from stories in the Bible being depicted as like super white, blonde. Like you see a picture of Jesus and he's like blonde and blue eyes, and it's like, this man wasn't living in the Middle East like area. Like, what are you talking about, right? So, and all these characters and stories from the Bible as well were taking place in Africa and the Middle East. But when you see them depicted in an Italian Renaissance painting, it's like Snow White, right? That's what you're seeing. So it's theorized why this transformation started to happen. In that, in one of the, you see around the original Greek Bible, which actually equated black with beautiful, to the Latin the Latin Bible in the 4th century had begun inserting the word but between them. So then you start getting this idea that if black was the color of the sin, then the assumption ran that it could not be beautiful. So you start getting this interpretation, and like even in modern language, how often we do not, black is like darkness and evil, and it didn't used to be that way, but you started having this turn. And so I just can't really, I can't help but think about what a difference this would have made if you would have just kept, and she's not the only one. Andromeda is probably the one of many stories like this. But I just can't help but think about what this would have done when we think about standards of beauty. They're often held up to like a white European standard, and what it would have done to like the most beautiful woman to ever have existed.
Mm-hmm.
What that would have done, maybe next to Helen. But I also need to see, like, wasn't Troy like Turkey and the Middle East? And again, oftentimes it's like, she blonde. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So
Right.
and I just can't help but think like what other stories have been whitewashed like this as well. And also I think there's a call too that there's such rich culture, and like we never, the kingdom, the ancient kingdom of Nubia, right? There's such like amazing, powerful stories that should be told in Hollywood, or even African folklore. There's so much amazing mythology that, let's move on from Lord of the Rings, right? There's other amazing stories to be told out there. So today, Andromeda, we salute and celebrate you and your beautiful blackness.
Sure do. Oh boy. Wow. Knew very little of that. Look at that. Extraordinary. Okay. And now, listen, you took throwback and we went to Greek mythology. That's how far we threw that back.
We going back in
love
the day.
It. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. The fastest shout out to musical theater, because the references that I did know are in the musical Aida and the musical Once on This Island.
Well, there you go.
Actually, and Once on This Island doesn't partake. It's just the exact same, like just the
same sort of story.
The theme. It's just the theme. Yeah.
Beautiful woman. Chain her up. I feel bad for Andromeda because it's her mom who is running her mouth. And how in the end did the result become, well, let's just get rid of Andromeda over here. Like
Right. Good Lord in heaven. I also didn't know that thing that you said about the Bible putting but before beautiful turns that like just how powerful that word is. They're like, but and just like, oh no, so that wouldn't be a natural thing that you think that they would have. That's an exception, which means, and then how that could evolve. That's fascinating. Wow.
Yeah. Well, later on, I'm sure I would love to do a Throwback Thursday on just the influences of the Moors on actually a lot of stuff. So the Moors actually gave us a lot of things like irrigation, just all kinds of stuff that we don't really equate. We equate like the Italian Renaissance specifically, but actually came from the Moors, aka people from Africa. So we'll put a pin in that. But it's just, again, a certain group of peoples and culture, just their erasure from their contributions and even existence in history.
All right. Phenomenal. Jam. It is so informative. I love these. I hate that you do all the heavy lifting, but I have learned so much just in the last month with this with you.
I love getting to play teacher.
Great. You're very good at it.
Well, it's time to switch on over to this or that. This, that. Would you like to do this or that?
Yes, I would like to do this or that.
We've ever sang that song, this or that needs a song, and we've always been just like, no, we're gonna play this or that. That's not fun.
With no song. I don't know how we got people to stick around. Get on numbers. Thank you.
Get this or that. Renee,
or this. Yes.
would you like to hit us with our first?
I would love to. I would love
this
nothing more.
or that.
Can we swing back to it? Can we swing back to Dolly Parton? We are going to talk about her twice. Both Audra and Jam were correct that it is such a pickle to have her continuously give her money towards the research for the vaccine. She gave $1 million. And now, as Jam reported, she is offering everyone who works at her theme park, Dollywood, to be eligible to have free tuition to college. So the thing that we talked about over in the Thriving is just like, well, shoot, that sucks. Education should be free. She should not have to do that. And that is correct. And that is the right sort of ending to that. That's the right answer. But I think we can also go back to this or that of just like, my goodness gracious, the kindness of this woman. So this or that to me is she an angel? Do we think that she is not human? She is not human among us. She's just an earth angel that none of us are actually cued in on. Or is she a saint? So she is a human among us, but she's just doing really good work. I guess my this or that is Dolly Parton an actual angel? Is she?
So Dolly Parton is this.
Is not human.
Wait.
Yeah.
So Dolly Parton is this. An angel, not human. She's above us all.
Yeah.
Or that. A saint. She's down here doing the Lord's work.
She's just doing good work. She's just doing good work. She's just doing good. Now, both of these do have a very heavy religious connotation. I apologize about that, and I don't mean to pinhole. Or a
priestess. How about a priestess?
Right,
she's a priestess doing the goddess's work. I don't know. Is that a little bit
However you believe.
Goddess's work.
Yeah, of course, this is a silly question. I know that she's human, but I like to have fun with this. So if there were an angel, I guess if you had to pick one person, which is straying from the this or that platform, if you had to pick one person who was an angel on earth, would it be Dolly Parton or it'd be someone else? So this is Dolly Parton. That would be someone else.
What a mean question. After she just did all this work, I'd look like such a jerk if I'm like, that I want someone else.
Fair. Okay. Well, then can I go back to mine? Can I go back to my silly one? Is Dolly Parton an actual angel or is she a human?
Right. So this again. So just try to stay on theme. So this is she's an angel, or this just a human doing great work.
Yeah.
Just
human. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. Does that mean I think
she's a human? No, she's a human. Yeah, that's the answer. I just wanted us all to agree. That's it. She's a human.
Also my fault because I ruined your this or that. So I made you had a whole story involved, and I blew your story.
That's fair, but it's only fair. Do you want to do your this or that, and then I can come back with one more of mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have two.
Okay.
So my first one is we have don't show the photo yet, Sarah. Okay.
Great. Perfect. Now we know. This or that. Perfect. Who's supposed to play that character? Great.
No.
Okay.
All right. So you've been working on your dream project for years.
Yes.
It's X-Men's Gambit. You developed a great script, but because of the film's merger with Disney and Fox, you're working on it underneath Fox, but then Disney bought Fox and has all their Marvel properties. It got scrapped. Do you do this? Well, never seeing a Marvel movie. I don't care how good they are. Not going to see them. I'm bitter. I'm upset. I might even actually eventually one day be candid in an interview about how traumatic this experience was. I was working on this project and it didn't happen, about how dope my script is, and maybe hope that fan buzz might spark and Marvel might come around. But I will not see one of their movies. It hurts too much. Or will you do that? Well, it happens. That's the industry. I'll take my lumps and quietly keep on going. What's the next Marvel movie coming out? Never miss them. Getting my ticket now.
This. Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're going to be vindictive about that. Of course you are. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, or get on
Yeah.
that first. Any thoughts? Are gonna do this or that? Either, yeah, I guess as Renee put it, be vindictive, or just hey, that's just how the industry
That's just
goes.
how it goes. That's
Oh,
just how it
and
goes.
Stacy, goodbye. Enjoy. Wait, or you're not sure if you're saying goodbye, but we know that we will. I don't think we'll get to see you tomorrow, and we'll definitely miss you. We love
Sure
having you
enough.
here every day. I'm gonna say this. Well, I don't want to. I was gonna say you're the number one fan, but I don't want to upset anybody. My mom could be listening, and she'd be like, "But what about me?"
True. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So Renee's saying that she's doing this. She's never gonna see a
This for
Marvel
me.
movie.
Yeah.
She's gonna tell. Yeah. So this is a true story. So now, Sarah, if we can with the photo, Channing Tatum had was for 4 years working on Gambit. It was gonna be an X-Men spin-off movie, a solo film. For years, they were months away from shooting. It was greenlit. They had a production studio. They were like so ready to go, and then the merger happened, and out of all those 27, you've seen more Marvel movies than Channing Tatum.
Oh, wow. How
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Which is so wild because all of his friends are doing these Marvel movies. Like he's friends with
Right.
all these A-listers, and
Yeah.
he is not.
Just
He's like
not
he can't
having
bring
it.
himself
Just
to
not
see it.
having it.
Hurts too
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Okay. I don't. I don't. I can't
I would
fault him for
probably
that.
do.
I can't fault
It's
him
so
for that.
weird. I
Yeah.
probably would do this as well.
Yeah.
I've been known to do that. Like there's certain
Yeah.
shows that maybe I've worked on and I am not working on them anymore and I
Yeah.
don't watch them. So
Yeah.
I'm in that boat. I get it. We get it,
Well, and I
Channing.
think what often looks vindictive and petty on the outside is just deep hurt on the inside of like, I put so much into this and I wanted it so bad that the pain of participating
Yeah.
is too much. So you just have to opt out. And I get that that can look petty and vindictive, but I think it's usually just like, it just hurts too much. I can't do
Yeah.
it.
It
But it's
hurts too
not
much.
socially acceptable to be like, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But I think that's what
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yep. All
Yep.
right. Over to you for a this or that.
Back to this or that. Okay, so we're starting to get into Janet Jackson Appreciation Day territory, uh, wherein we'll be watching a lot of commercials on Sunday to appreciate Janet Jackson and her Janet Jackson Appreciation Day, also known to some people as Super Bowl Sunday, but we all know Janet Jackson Appreciation Day. So
Absolutely.
they're starting to give little teasers. As James reported, Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson, I guess, are doing some sort of Amazon Super Bowl commercial, Janet Jackson Appreciation Day commercial, and Mike Myers is back as Dr. Evil. I think we got a little picture of that. So they are, GM is doing sort of like a parody of the James Bond thing. So GM, obviously Cars, is doing a parody of James Bond, and it's going to have a Dr. Evil theme. So do we like this? We'll take Dr. Evil any way we can get it because Mike Myers has been a little, I don't want to say recluse, but we haven't seen him a lot. He hasn't been around a lot. Or that no, Austin Powers was great for what Austin Powers was, and we don't need to shoehorn him into our Janet Jackson Day appreciation commercials. And Sarah, I tossed a photo in there. I don't know if it's helpful to see what Dr. Evil looks like, but if you
People
want to
might have
look at
forgotten. People might have
Dr.
forgotten.
Evil
Listen,
looks like, you're
the
welcome to
90s
take a
were
peek.
a long time ago. The 90s were a long time ago.
Yep.
This we'll take them any way we can get them, or that you can
Yeah.
chime in. If you're just joining us, we're playing this or that. You can decide what you would rather have. Can't say that we will make it happen, but
Right.
you can choose this or that. So this is do you want your Dr. Evil in any way that you can get them, even in a Super Bowl
Right.
commercial, or that? Listen, buddy, your time has passed.
Right.
I think I'll go this. I'm probably not going to watch the Janet Jackson Appreciation Day special on a Super Bowl
Fair.
Sunday when I get to
Okay.
tune in.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like that it's happening. I miss Mike Myers. I think there's a reason why he's not been around. Rumor is
Right.
it's very difficult to work with. That's the
Yeah.
rumor.
That seems right. That seems right.
Yep. That's the rumor.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've
And it's
also heard that rumor.
Canadian. What's going on?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
So much because remember I did a Wayne's World rewatch recently, and the director was I forgot her name. It was a female director, and they clashed a lot on it. And yeah, he apparently he just was really difficult to work with. He had a certain vision. And what's interesting is they did the sequel, and they did not bring her back to do it, and the sequel was not as good and well beloved. And yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So there you go. So you're an official. Let's lock it in. Officially, this sure toss them in commercials if you
Why
want.
not?
Or
Why
that
not?
let's keep him
Toss
back
them in
in
commercials.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch them, but
Okay.
you know, and I might. It might. Where would I possibly see them? I have a paid YouTube subscription, everybody. Sure. I don't have commercials. There's not a streaming platform that I have that there's commercials. I don't.
Right.
I pay premium.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. Well, so you are not clicking play on this commercial that we're all seeing on the internet.
I'm glad it exists. Someone describe it to me, and I'll be like, oh, that's cute.
Perfect.
I won't see it.
Perfect.
Where are you, Renee? Where are you?
I like nostalgia. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and I also appreciate a reference that I know, because so often the Super Bowl, they're debuting something where I'm like, I don't like, do you remember? You don't, because you didn't watch, but back in the day, they debuted GoDaddy, which is a hosting platform for websites. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to make a website. I don't know what a website is. So that's a very like ancient example of that. But I think the Super Bowl is pretty notorious for introducing things that old people don't understand. So I like that. I'm like, I know what Dr. Evil is. That sounds good.
In your defense, Super Bowl commercials are always notorious for being misleading. It'll be like someone like a woman fighting a dragon, and then it's like tampons, and it's just like, well, didn't see that coming. Like they always go. There was one year I was watching it, they always took a left hand turn. It's like this woman crying at a funeral, and it was like Sunny D, and you're like, wait, what? Why is she crying? I don't understand. Yeah, so
hilarious. All right, you got one more this or that for us?
I do. So here you go, one more this or that. Here it is. You go to see a Janet Jackson tribute in Harlem. It's Janet Jackson Day. And then they announced they're going to have an after-school youth group. And by after-school youth group, these are junior high school age young people. And that they invite Janet Jackson onto the stage, and they say, we have some youth who are going to do a tribute to you, Miss Jackson. It is, and they have her stand on stage, and these kids get ready to perform, and they make her stand on stage and watch as they attempt to do Rhythm Nation. Within the first, it's terrible. It's terrible. The kids are offbeat. They're doing different moves. They're singing over the song, forgetting their own words of the song that they made up. Do you, now here's your this or that. You're watching this terrible performance and having to witness Janet Jackson watch them butcher her song and number. Do you do this? Oh, bless their hearts. They're trying, sort of. Sure, they should have practiced. Especially they're gonna make Janet, be up there. But I'll give them some claps. They're trying. Or that. Shake your head in disappointment and immediately walk over to donate to this after-school program, because maybe you'll even volunteer, because clearly this was a PSA that our arts programs need our help. They're failing. Think of the children. We have to set them up for success. Justice for Janet. This terrible performance did nobody any favors. The world needs better. To quote Rhythm Nation, people of the world, unite. Are we looking for a better way of life? Saying we are a part of a Rhythm Nation.
A Rhythm Nation. A Rhythm Nation. Ooh, that song is so good. I think this is based on real life events. I feel like perhaps that this is a true story. And so I definitely want to say that I personally would do a in between. I'd do a this at. I do a this at where I would stay, and I'm so proud of you guys. And then I'd go donate. But I wonder. Nope. I'm trying to think. Would I actually do that? How uncomfortable was Janet Jackson?
I mean, she smiled through it, but it was really bad. They had her on the stage, and then they're like, and the kids also made up their own, for whatever reason. They had like a bunch of kids singing their own lyrics of Rhythm Nation. It's like the song is fine. And they also could have just picked the lane. We're either going to dance. There were some kids who were singing and some kids who were dancing, and they had like one mic and they would pass it along. They're like, we are the kids today. now you sing, and then they
Oh,
pass
boy.
the mic to somebody else. And
Okay.
like they started off strong. The first 8 counts, ho, they're like hitting it, and then
Okay.
it fell
Yeah.
off, and it
Fell
just is
apart.
like, I guess because like I was a kid who I did performances, and we rehearsed, and we went to
Right.
practice, and you got
Yeah.
better. Not doing these kids any favors,
Yeah.
having them on that stage doing that in front of Chan Jackson. It was so bad.
I get
So,
it. I get it. I want to get us to the next segment, but just very quickly, I do think there should be a slight caveat. It's not the kids' fault. It's the adults. Adults should have been looking out for them, including the adults that paid for the program and the adults that trained them. And if you were as big a fan of Janet Jackson as you are, and you were a kid, I think I could have absolutely fallen apart just based off intimidation. I would have been like, oh gosh, she's actually here.
Those kids were
Okay.
not rehearsing
Okay.
because
All
you
right.
lean on if you've been practicing. And
Yeah.
I say kids, here's the thing. There's a point when it's not cute for you to be terrible at
Fair.
your craft.
That's fair. That's
When
fair.
little 5 or 6-year-olds are messing up, oh, that's cute. They were
Right.
in high school, and
Fair.
that's not cute.
All right.
I'm slacking around, is my
All
opinion.
right.
So.
I will. Okay. So it's that. That is the correct answer. You walk away.
Renee, you were wrong.
Fair.
You're
Fair.
this or that was
That's good.
wrong. So
I didn't.
this is like trivia.
will accept such a thing. Completely fair. Jam, we are running out of time. We gotta get these sweet sweeties out of here. But we do have one more thing that we said that we would do, which is Thankful Thursday.
Thankful
Say what we're thankful
Thursday.
for.
I was thankful. Renee, what are you thankful for?
You.
Oh,
You.
yeah.
You're the best. I really, really mean it. Get on numbers. This one over here, the whole reason this show exists is because of Jam. He has done the programming. He has done the research. You guys watch it when he leaves for a second. He carries the show. Just the best thing that ever happened to me. So if you are enjoying this, it is 100% because of Jam, despite me bringing him down at every turn.
That is not true. It is a teamwork effort. We have a dream team here with the 3 of us. It is the trifecta. I am thankful for, I mean, obviously you and Sarah, but actually my dad. I had lunch with my dad yesterday.
Yeah.
He brought my stepmom, which I was not expecting, but you know what? It worked out okay. It was her birthday, so I guess that means,
Okay.
I mean,
That's
it's 3 days ago. I
sure.
mean,
Ow.
but I
right.
took them to lunch, and that we had a really good time. So it's really, I'm grateful that I got to thankful that I got to spend some time with them. And that's
Nice.
what I am thankful for. Get on uppers if you're still there. You can also in the chat say what you are thankful for, but we are gonna see it as we exit. That's today's show, and we'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. I almost said Middle Eastern time, Mountain time.
Sure.
What's the M for?
Great. There we go.
8 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Central time, and 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be back for 2 hours for Friday. It's going to be a fun Friday. We're going to have Jam Ya Lion. We'll do some flashback Friday stuff, getting back into what we were like when we were kids. We got more celebrity birthday quiz. We've got more Black History Month moment and Renee's highlights for the week. So if you missed anything, don't worry. Renee has got to recount it just
I'll
for
tell you. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. I'm going to let you know. And we have tons of great programming right here on Backchannel. After our show, you have Anthony Davis, then my pal Hal, and you're going to end the day with Mario Smith. He's going to get you on out of here.
Ooh,
Great.
a great way to close out the day. Well, this has been so great. And don't forget, you can leave us a review by going to www.backchannel.tv. Hit that leave a review button. And we can't wait to see your wonderful feedback you have about the show. Thank you all. And thank you to Sarah, our wonderful producer, working behind the scenes, getting us looking all good. And thank you to all of you for watching. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert. And you just
got
on.
Oh, Stacey's thankful for her family. We love you, Stacey.
We love
Bye,
you,
everybody.
Stacey. Bye, guys.